You're watching the News Channel 15 Highlight Zone with Glenn Marini. Sports coverage you can count on with the Highlight Zone starts now.
What we talk about all offseason, we talk about the same team every year, Schneider.
Everybody on the defense to the ball.
We've been thinking all week about go get in the belly.
Ends keep them contained, so our inside linebackers are going to scoop them up.
The government may shut down on Monday, but there will never be a work stoppage on the Highlight Zone. Tonight, no filibustering, no muckraking, no bipartisan coverage. We, the people of the Highlight Zone, in order to form a more perfect show, now present you with the Honorable Joe Whalen. He joins us with the game of the week. Joseph?
Glenn, Kurt Tippmann coaches are almost always cool, calm, and collected in the crunch. And it served Schneider well. The Panthers 2-0 in games decided by a touchdown or less this season. 2-1 against Northside over the last 3 regular season meetings, all decided by 10 points or less. The Panthers hosting an upstart Redskins squad. It's your Highlight Zone game of the week. Schneider trying to remain unbeaten in the SAC. Northside still searching for that signature win after so many close calls. Second drive of the night for the Skins. Mike Levette loving him some Tabor Jordan. Northside on the board. It was 6-zip after the blocked PAT. Schneider then puts together a drive late in the first. Colton Painter hooks up with Alec Roy inside Northside territory. Same drive, different quarter. Opening play of the second. Painter to Isaiah Newton, and he would do the rest. Refuses to go down. And this one was tied because this PAT also blocked, so it's 6-all. But any momentum after that score, though, gone after Northside did this. Levette scrambling, goes cross-field to Nick Cook. That's a recipe for success. 22-yard score. Just before the half now, Cook in the kitchen again. This time on the pitch out to the corner. Finds the end zone for a second time. 20-13 at the half. And at the half, how about this? Snyder senior Caitlin Vachon honored as one of 10 finalists for the U.S. Army Pro Football Hall of Fame National Award of Excellence, and on hand to present it, Snyder grad and NFL Hall of Famer Rod Woodson, but Rod would have something to say about the Panther D. Third quarter, Levette on the move again. This time hooks up with Arias Lewis. Third TD of the game for Levette, and that would seal the deal. Northside wins it on the road, 27-13.
We've been working on finishing. We just pulled through. Gave it all up. We pulled through. We've been working, so this is what happens when we pull through, finish.
The key to our job was just to keep the ball moving, don't give up, and just to finish out strong.
We have 60 to 62 kids in our program, and they all bought in. We had a heck of a week of practice. They just bought in, and it's fun. You know, these seniors deserve it. The seniors really do.
Next up, Northside hosts Lours. That's next Friday. Snyder travels to Elkhart Central, but Glenn, what a win for the Redskins, particularly that defense didn't allow a point for the Panthers after the half.
And I know everybody at Spooler Stadium was like, oh, this is going to be a big one, shake up the SAC a bunch. Tonight, it was simply half that equation.
Domino.
Why? We're going to show you right here. Sticking with the SAC, Dwenger coming in 4-0 in conference. Saints hosting an up-and-coming Wayne team ranked 15th in the 5A state poll. That's your score at halftime, 24-0. Wayne Generals, and they were looking good in the third. After forcing 4 turnovers in the first half, that's Zach Ryan with the interception in the third quarter for Wayne. Ensuing drive. Watch this. Austin Robertson from Jalen Thomas. The kid is 6'4". He's only a sophomore. He's a freak of nature, at least. That's how they describe him on the Wayne sidelines. 65-yard touchdown. Are you kidding me? 31-0 Wayne Generals in the fourth. Dion Powers caps this one off. He was money all night. 40-yard touchdown here. 38-6 at that point. And the Wayne Generals beat those Saints. The final, 45-6.
The key was not getting down on ourselves, because usually we get down on ourselves and we start arguing with each other and we end up losing the game. But this time we stayed up and we just kept pushing and pushing and pushing, and they couldn't. We pushed too hard.
And we just really prepared all week, practice, and we playing another SAC team. You know what I mean? Every SAC team is hard, and we just pulled out a big win.
One of the biggest upsets we've seen here on the Highlight Zone. At Lours Field, Knights and Kyle Lindsey still looking for win number 1. Lours facing Concordia. Concordia actually would win an onside kick to start the game. They took it down. That was David Morrison with the touchdown. 7-zip Concordia. Ensuing kick maybe a kind of little onside try. Big bounce there. Chance Young says, I'm going to roll the dice, and why not? Chance Young all the way to the end zone for a touchdown, and just like that, it's 7-all. Still in the first. Lures on its own 4-yard line. Noah Wazinski looking for Austin Mack. They hook up. 96 yards later. 96 yards. It's a touchdown. Wazinski and Mack are going to visit Notre Dame tomorrow. At least that's what I'm told. He'll see us there. We'll be there for the Oklahoma game. But Lures, that was the only points they would score. Those 2 touchdowns. They fall 17-14 to the Cadets. Southside making the drive to Indy, the Archers at Indianapolis Tech, and this one would get ugly. 24-6 in the third quarter, Indy Tech. You see maybe a horse collar, a late hit. This would happen. The brawl as the bench is clear. A coach would throw a punch at an opposing coach. You can bet the IHSAA is going to be taking a look at this tape. The game was called at this point late in the third quarter due to so many players and coaches being ejected. It winds up being a loss for Southside. 24-6, and yeah, much more to come as far as the repercussions of what you're seeing on your screen right now. And that is unfortunate. Let's go to the NHC. New Haven in the driver's seat. Bulldogs, the only undefeated team in conference. What doesn't Jordan Hogue do? You see him as the homecoming king. He can score. We pick it up in the third quarter. DeAndre Smith with a short touchdown. 21-6 New Haven. Still in the third, Andrew Hoffer. And we said it last week, don't hassle the Hoff. He gets all the way deep into Eagles territory on the same drive. Vance Shearer, watch this ball, tipped, and Travis Crow. Great focus right there. Crow with the touchdown. New Haven stays undefeated. They beat Columbia City 29-6. East Noble at Norwell. The Knights coming off an emotional win last week. And check this out. Second quarter, Harold Wolf to Caleb Ballard, and East Noble. You know they can play some offense, but it wasn't really rolling tonight because, well, Norwell's D was stepping up. That's Reed Judy with the interception. The Knights going the other way. Judy with a nice pickup on the return. And then you're going to see some Norwell offense. They like to grind it down at the courtyard. Adam Norwell going up the gut, a gain of 17. That would lead to this. Pearson Harnish scrambling, throws up a prayer, and apparently Reggie Hayes has his rosary handy. He hauls it down for a touchdown, 65 yards, and Norwell, huge upset in the NHC race. The Knights win at the courtyard, 35-7. Out at Homestead, Spartans looking to bounce back after an OT loss at Belmont. Homestead hosting DeKalb. First quarter, Logan Ormsby to Austin Kreider. That's a good combination. Homestead up 20-0. Second quarter action, Ormsby pitches it this time to who else but Mr. Kreider. He snakes through the defense. Slithery right there. 26-zip Homestead, and they were in control. We've seen the Spartans on offense. How about on D? Kyle Mosendzada comes up with the pick, and number 24 takes it back for 6. 33-0 Homestead. Then it's Ormsby finding Ben Skronik. He's been one of his best weapons this year. Skronik into the end zone as Homestead beats DeKalb 68-13. Final stop in the NHC, Belmont at Carroll. The Braves coming off an overtime upset, of course, with Homestead last week. Neon Nation in full effect, and so was Drew Tranquil. Just before the half, Tranquil and the Wildcat, yeah, it's pretty dangerous. Breaking tackles, he goes 67 yards. Check this, Tranquil had 4 carries in the first half. 3 of them ended in touchdowns, and he had 174 yards to boot at that point. 26-zip. Carroll and the fans were loving it. Then it's the Charger defense getting the ball right back. Alex Bartkus would rip the ball away from the receiver. That's good defense. You know Doug Dinan's got to be pleased with that. 11 seconds before the half, Chandler Boggs done a nice job at quarterback this year to who else but Drew Tranquil as Carroll wins big 55-7 at home. Well, that will do it for the SAC and for the NHC, but coming up after the break, we're going to talk about some other conferences. Of course, we're talking about the ACAC, a good one as powers collide. Leo at Heritage. We're going to take a trip to Whitco. We're going to go to Huntington North. We're going everywhere, including Woodland. All that coming up next in sports.
This is Jared Busco. Stay tuned for more highlights.